Hey, what's going on, guys? As you probably know, I am the one and only Vince Delmonte, and I'm very, very proud to say that I am your newest WBFF Pro Fitness Model. After earning my pro card just a few weeks ago at the WBFF Quebec Championships. I've been getting a lot of requests from fans and from readers to reveal everything that I did from a training, diet, and supplement standpoint, and how I burned 30 pounds of fat in just 16 weeks. And that's what this video is all about. I actually documented my entire transformation from 227 pounds down to 195 and 4.8% body fat on video. And it turned out to be over 8 full-length DVDs in high def. So at the end of the short video presentation, I'm also going to give you an opportunity to get my entire stage shredded status 8-disc DVD masterpiece shipped to your front door so that you too can dominate your next photo shoot, fitness model show, bodybuilding show, transformation competition, or just the biggest physique deadline of your life. Or maybe you just want to see what it really takes to become a professional fitness model and get shredded abs. Long story short, the info I'm about to share and the info on stage shredded status is going to be the driving motivation behind your next body transformation. In this video, I also want to expose the 5 most common cutting mistakes, consider them fat burning mistakes, that are preventing you from getting the midsection you've always wanted. Come on, it's no question that the road to developing a six-pack is unquestionably riddled with misinformation, ill-advised extremes, and solutions revolved around outright stupidity. Each of these mistakes will prevent even the most well-intentioned gym guy from reaching what I like to call the abdominal promised land. And I intend to help you sidestep these obstacles and mistakes right now. When mapping out your ab and fat loss program, I'm also going to share the biggest roadblock preventing you from achieving the kind of shredded six-pack abs that draw envy and jealousy. Before we get too far, I've got to state the obvious. It's no secret that shredded abs are the most desired benefit of any hard training individual. Sure, it's admirable to work on building bigger pecs, arms, or legs, but I'm guessing that you're striving for head-to-toe conditioning and perfection. You want the full package, am I right? Now let's be real, a heavily muscled physique doesn't look that good if it's intersected by a doughy, round midsection. Got abs? Now you're a finished product. And I'm not just talking about an easily attainable 4-pack. Anybody can get a 4-pack. The question is, can you get those coveted lower abs, intercostals, and that shredded serratus? Now, I'm sure that you would agree that the shortest path between you and a prize set of razor-sharp and jaw-dropping abs is by copying a plan by someone who's already cracked the code. Does it make any sense in leaving the development of the showcase body part to chance? I didn't think so. And that's why I wanted to document my entire transformation. We'll get to that right after I share some really helpful and eye-opening info that will screw your head on straight so you stop getting slapped around from all the self-professed experts and paid spokesmen of the fitness industry who would have you believe that you can get great abs with ridiculous fitness gadgets, pills, powders, potions, and unrealistic diets that pry on your fears. All right, close the door, turn off any distractions, and grab a pen and paper. Are you ready? Okay, common cutting mistake number 1, not being in a caloric deficit. People are concerned with what diet style or what trend they're a part of and totally miss the point of following a diet in the first place, to lose some fat. There's no such thing as a right or wrong diet style. It just comes down to what's right for you. There is zero magic about any style of diet. I don't care if you're a paleo, a low carber, a no fatter, a blood typer, a vegetarian person, an intermittent faster, or a cheater, or anything. There's nothing special about your diet. The only reason your diet will work is if you're in a caloric deficit. Every new diet is disguised and sexed up to sell the same fundamental law of fat loss that you learned from your high school phys ed teacher. Eat less. The problem is that the eat less message is just not sexy enough. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you use fast days or cheat days or blood type diets or raw food diets if you're not in a caloric deficit. It doesn't matter what diet bandwagon you've jumped on this week. It's not the style of diet that works. It's being in a freaking caloric deficit. I know that's not a sexy answer, but it's oftentimes the non-sexy answers that get you a sexy body. Please don't get suckered into joining the latest diet cult or trend in hopes of burning fat. The best diet is the one that you follow and the one that keeps you in a caloric deficit until you achieve your goal. End of story. Common cutting mistake number 2, not measuring anything. Write this one down. What gets measured gets managed. That's a really famous quote you should live by. Most guys are doing the complete opposite, and they're flying blind with zero intelligence of what they're eating and what they're not eating. This becomes problematic because at the end of the week, you get on the scale and discover nothing has changed. So how do you know how to modify your diet to make improvements? You end up guessing your way towards frustration and more setback. Do you actually think you can guess your way to single-digit body fat or six-pack abs? You know what? You've got a better chance of saving $1 million without looking at your deposit and withdrawal statements. Trying to lose fat without tracking any variables is just as foolish and ineffective as trying to save money without monitoring your bank account statements. If you're serious about your physique, please do yourself a favor and stop using a guessing style approach in hopes that maybe your body might change without measuring anything. Please grab yourself a pen and a notebook and start writing some areas of your fitness down that you want to improve. The more you track, the more you can control. Again, another strategy that's not sexy, but it's the non-sexy stuff that gets you a sexy body. Common cutting mistake number 3. Too many chefs in the kitchen. Here's your problem. You're taking advice from too many coaches at once. By intention or accident, it's killing you. You're taking advice from the guy who tells you to have a cheat meal. And then you go to the guy's site who says to never have a cheat meal. But then you should fast instead. But then you meet the guy who got ripped by eating no carbs. And then your friend tells you that you should be eating carbs pre and post workout. And then the super ripped fitness model comes along and he says that you only need to eat one big meal a day. And then another guy swears by eating zero fat. And then you get these other actually crazy people who say you don't need to feed at all. You can function on oxygen alone. And aside from the crazy oxygen guys, here's the biggest problem. All these guys have convincing arguments. They can show you stacks of research, before and after pictures of their clients, science that supports their claims, and heck, some of these authors and creators of these diets are actually in really freaking good shape. They even have abs. How do you know who's right and who's wrong? And where should you even start? And that's another mistake.